Hello, everybody. So, for chapter 8, instead of a test, you are going to have a small project to work on. So, I'm just going to talk through the project. All of the instructions are posted on Canvas, but if you prefer a verbal explanation, here it is. So, for this project, you're going to be creating 4 original word problems. So you are going to come up with the word problems on your own. For each one, you have to do an illustration and include the solution to the problem. So you are going to come up with the problem, draw out the situation, and then solve it. And for your project, you can type it, you can do it by hand or some combination of the two. Whatever's easier for you in your situation is totally fine. So you will be creating 4 word problems total. And just to make it a little interesting, I said make it related to what you've been doing during shelter in place. So here is an example problem. So this is like what you would be doing. um, Thea is on a Zoom call. We've all been doing a lot of Zoom calls with 2 of her college friends. One lives in Austin, Texas. One lives in Nashville, Tennessee. And Thea lives in San Francisco. The distance between the 3 cities is shown in the picture below, and find the angles separating the 3 cities. So it's all drawn out here. Found the distance between each of those cities. Make it as accurate as possible, but it doesn't have to be perfect. And then the solution is included, okay? And it's clear what method we're using to solve. So that's like the basics of it. You're going to be making 4 of these total. Notice the illustration is here, the problem is here, and the solution. You have to include all of those things. And you need to show the steps for your solution. So for the 4 problems, one has to be solved using law of sines. So one of them should be a law of sines situation. One should be a law of cosine situation. One should be a problem for finding the area. And then the final problem can be your choice. So for the 4th problem, you can pick any of those 3, whichever situation you like best. For each of them, complete it on its own sheet of paper. So you should have 4 papers total, or 2 pieces of paper front and back completed. Okay, but we want each of them on its own. So something like this. This one problem took up the whole sheet of paper. Don't squish it all into one paper. Here I explain how you'll be graded. So this project is worth 48 total points, and it will be going in the test category. They are worth 12 points per problem. Okay, so for 4 problems, 12 points each, total of 48 points. And this is how you're going to be graded for each of the 4 problems. So for one problem, you would be graded on how original and clear is it. Don't make it too wordy. It should be easy to understand the situation. And most importantly, it should be created by you. So come up with a unique situation that you created. You get 4 points for having a clear illustration. So see here, it was very clearly illustrated. Now this one's extra nice because it has the map in the background. You wouldn't have to do that, just do your best for the illustration. But notice that in this picture, all 3 of the distances were given, and so all 3 of the distances are labeled on this triangle. The angles were the things that we were trying to solve for, so those were not labeled. So like this is how you would set it up if you were trying to solve it based on the info given in the problem, and then you will solve it after that. So the final 4 points is for including the complete and accurate solutions. And I just want to emphasize one more time, you should have 1 problem that you're solving using law of sines, 1 that you're solving using law of cosines, 1 that you are finding the area for, and then the final one is your choice. And that's that. You do not have to include the ambiguous case, but that could potentially come up in your problem. Totally up to you. I will be available on Zoom on Tuesday and Thursday from 1 to 1:30 p.m. if you have any questions about the project. And as always, I'm available via email and Remind during school hours is when I'll be responding to those things. Please let me know if you have questions. I hope you're all doing well, and I will talk to you soon. Oh, and you can find all of this in Canvas. Hopefully, you already know that. See you later.